Today's lesson is going to be rationalizing the denominator. Now, rationalizing the denominator means to get rid of radicals in the denominator of a fraction. So that means we don't want the square root of 2 hanging out in the denominator, and we don't want something like the negative square root of 2, which happens to be 2i. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to start off with a problem here, like 4 over 3i. Okay, now I is a radical. Remember, it's the square root of -1. So now what I've got to do is I've got to get rid of that I in the denominator. And I need to know what can I multiply 3i by to get a real number. Well, it's really amazing that I squared happens to be -1. So if I can make that into 3i squared, I'm good to go. So I'm going to multiply the denominator by I and the numerator by I. I know that's going to make this into 3i squared. And that's what I'm going to stick in the denominator. Okay, 3i squared. Well, you know what? I squared is really -1. So as you can see, I'm just going to down through here. I get -3. So what's going on in the numerator? Well, the numerator, 4 times I is 4i. And I can have I in the numerator. And this is still 4i hanging out here in the numerator. And I'm going to take that negative sign that's floating in the denominator, because we really don't like floating negative signs, and I'm going to put it outside my fraction. And I have 4i over 3. If you look, not an I, not a square root or anything hanging out in the denominator. The negative sign floated up, and I have my i's in the numerator. But you go, Mrs. Peters, what happens if I have a binomial hanging out in the denominator? 5 over 2 plus 3i. And you go, but Mrs. Peters, hey, look, this problem, it's got an I, and I don't think I can just multiply by I and get rid of it. This is where the conjugatal pair comes into place. And we have here, we have the good twin. So what we want to do is we're going to write the bad twin. We're going to multiply by the bad twin. So that would be 2 minus 3i, and I have to do it in the numerator also. And I'm going to do, right here, I'm going to do my little multiplication. And I know if I do my box method, I come out with 4 minus 9i squared. Okay, if you don't believe me, go get the box out, do the box method. So this is 4 minus 9 times -1, which is 4 plus 9, which is 13. So 13 is going in my denominator. What goes in my numerator? Oh, well, that is 5 times 2 minus 3i. Maybe if that 5 and that 13 had a common factor, I'd go ahead and deal with the common factor now. But 5 and 13 do not have common factors, so my answer is 10 minus 15i over 13. And I'm done. So I'm going to give you all a couple to practice with, and y'all are doing good. Proud of you. Be good. See you later. Bring your questions to class. Talk to you then. Bye.